This is the next logical step.
We're ready for you.
Here goes nothing.
Sebastian, are you in here? So, what's it like being a ghost?
Ghosts are dead.
Now, imagine that power in the wrong hands.
Are you okay?
He's sitting in that chair.
What's going on, man? What's going on? We are back and we are live and we are doing something not really new, but something I have done well. Me and my co-host D have done before as far as movie versus. This time around, we are doing Hollow Man versus the Invisible Man. Two different movies, but definitely some similarities in both of them. Of course, we're dealing with two individuals that can turn invisible. Not only that, I feel like both of the villains in both of these movies have a lot of similarities. So we basically about to do a little something with this. I got about like a couple questions to pretty much go to keep everybody who come in the comments to keep y'all involved if y'all want to get involved or whatever. But this is basically a movie versus, and we're going to be basically talking about who we cared about the most, better side characters, who we feel like was the smarter villain. Dealing with this type of movies, we're going to ask who had the best technology, crazier villain, crazier kills, smarter character in life or death situations, which plot made more sense, which movie had a better ending, and basically which movie that we like better. So starting this off with our two main characters, as far as Linda, Hollow Man, and Cindy. I think that's her name, Cindy, from The Invisible Man. I want to make sure I'm not wrong, y'all. My bad. So I want to get her name wrong. Cecilia, my bad. Cecilia, okay. Cecilia from The Invisible Man. And I'm basically trying to see which character that we feel like we were more invested in, who we feel like we cared about more. And you kind of have to go lean a little bit more towards Cecilia, definitely. Dealing with her story and what she has to go through with Adrian and everything leading up into that, as far as the whole thing with the domestic violence and even more added on to that when she explained her story or whatever. Yeah, I probably was definitely, not probably, I'm definitely cheering and rooting for Cecilia a little bit more than I was for Linda. Give or take, Linda wasn't in no real drastic situation leading up until when Sebastian turned invisible, whatever. She was pretty much in a safe haven. She really didn't have no issues. Sebastian, it seemed like he was an abuser or whatever because they had dated before, but they wasn't in a relationship no more. And that's another thing that's kind of the similarities between Linda and Cecilia, as far as two people who trying to get away from an ex. Give or take, Cecilia is in a more drastic situation than Linda is. So when it came to characters that I feel like who we care about more, I definitely got to go with Cecilia. What's going on, T-Virus? Hey, man, she got a great performance in this movie, man. Definitely a talented actress. Shout out to Elizabeth Shue. I think you talking about old girl right here, because I ain't even going front, bro. I don't know the actresses' names like that. But you can also let me know, too, T-Virus, who you care about more if you have seen both of these movies as far as Hollow Man and Invisible Man. Did you care about Linda more in Hollow Man, or did you care about Cecilia more in The Invisible Man? And which character did you feel like you was rooting for more? Okay, I got you. We're going to go through a couple of things leading up into that question as far as which movie that we feel like we like better. I feel you on that, though. I feel you. Okay, shout out to T-Virus. All right, as far as who did we care about more, right now for me, I'm definitely feeling like I'm going with Cecilia as far as from The Invisible Man. Like I said, her story is a lot stronger than Linda's as far as leading up into the situation with Sebastian turning invisible. So yeah, I'm going with Cecilia as far as who we care about more. All right, next one I wanted to get into was better side characters. When it comes to Hollow Man versus the Invisible Man, as far as side characters, who did we care about for more, and who was we rooting for more to aid or who to help with our lead character, or whatever. So we about to get into that. What's going on, Adil?
But
Okay, T Virus, I got you. Say he care about Cecilia more. Yeah, her story was a little bit stronger. It was a little bit stronger. I got you. But yeah, man, as far as side characters, the scientists that were helping Sebastian and Linda and Matthew, these are a lot of strong characters, man. I mean, I ain't gonna necessarily say I was indulged in them. I wanted to know more of their story, or I was following them a little bit more, but I mean, I cared about them, I guess.
yeah, they wasn't unlikable. They wasn't annoying. They were just kind of quirky scientists.
And we
I
had
I didn't.
smart individuals too.
Oh yeah.
The
Linda was smart AF,
and
and
Sarah, the veterinarian,
yeah,
she was the one kind of trying to put everybody on game as far as
she
saying like,
made some bad decisions. She made some stupid decisions, but she was definitely smart. But
as far as the Invisible Man, we got James and Sydney, and we got her sister. I think Emily. I think that's her name.
yeah,
Once again, it's more so the story and overall everything that's going on with Hollow Man and Invisible Man. Like I said, it's two different stories because Invisible Man got so much of a stronger story with everything that's going on with Adrian. T-Virus. Okay. That's interesting because I would almost say I think I actually cared about the side characters in Invisible Man a little bit more than I do the ones in Hollow Man.
he's saying that they're better, not that he cared about them more.
Oh, okay.
They're
I
just better
mean,
characters. I don't know, man. Invisible Man, they just kept pissing me off because it was like I get that what was going. I get, man. Everything was so perfectly planned. For some
yes,
reason, in that's what made it hard to believe. Let me move this incense.
I feel what you're saying, but I remember that hospital scene too, T-Virus and the Invisible Man. I feel what you're saying. We're going to get to it, but yeah, that's a good point.
He was
Um,
definitely megalomaniac versus Hollow Man. He was a megalomaniac. In Invisible Man, he was just more of a psychopath. I mean, they were both psychopaths, but like that's
they both wanted control. They both wanted the power.
power.
I feel what you're saying, T-Virus. Okay. I think they was a little bit stronger though, as far as an Invisible Man. But like I said, it's the story overall because it made sense for them to act the way they was acting towards her because it's the whole trauma she was going through, and it's the whole thing with nigga an invisible person. Like, are you serious? Come on, man. I can't. Like,
Right.
and she wasn't necessarily saying he was invisible at first. It was just like this nigga's still alive, basically. Like he's not dead. He's alive. Now, when it get to a situation where my daughter look like she got slapped by you, now, like, look,
That shit was wild. And I was like, I mean, to me, you know how I am about logic and common sense. Common sense told her she didn't walk over that class and slap you. But then at the same time, it's like, bitch, we the only people in the room.
that's what I'm saying. That's it. And the shit could have been fast.
No, ain't no way nobody slapping that fast.
T-Y, yeah. We're gonna get to it, man. I feel what you saying. We're
Yeah.
gonna get to it. But
Bruh, I forgot. I watched this with my family when I was a kid. Hollow Man. Like that was a family night movie. It's like who chose this and what the heck? Cause bruh, the assault, the multiple amounts of assault, like it was dang. But there was like 1999. Let me make sure. Let me check IMDb.
Uh,
It was 2000. It was the
yeah,
year 2000.
as far as Hollow Man coming straight
Yeah.
out of '99. I'm sorry, I gotta go in Invisible Man characters as far as better side characters because it was even with the whole situation with her sister and the relationship they had.
Wait, they
I
made a
gotta
Hollow
roll with
Man
them.
too?
I
They
don't
made a Hollow Man too?
know.
No, they didn't. Oh my
Hollow
god.
Man is definitely not a family movie. T. Virus.
It's not. My family, they didn't care. We watched whatever. They knew we knew better.
So who you feel like was better side characters?
uh I feel like I don't know. Like I can't say who's better, but I do think that Hollow Man's were more entertaining.
Okay, that's the same thing too with better side characters. I mean, they go with all of it.
Oh my god. Like this movie, like it's so many things about this movie that didn't age well.
And I, if I'm being honest, I feel like it did what it was supposed to do, especially with the
No,
2000s.
it definitely
That
did. It
technology was
definitely
way, it feel like I ain't gonna say ahead of its time, but they did what they was supposed to do with it.
no, like the way like the movie itself and the time period that it was made in makes it a good movie, but I'm saying like it didn't age well. Like of course the CGI. I mean, and that's no dig toward that's 2000 CGI. Like I mean, that was
That,
as good as it was gonna get then.
and I
Except for
get it
the
with the
ending.
transformation. That does look kind of but
It
yeah.
was cartoons. It was just
What's
cartoonish,
going on,
but
Tamika's
you know.
Den? Appreciate you coming through.
I feel like it hit all the points it needed to hit. It's just the fact that the things that he was doing and the way that people was just, I don't know, it was just a lot of like, dang, like this move, like I like thinking about the amount of violence, like he, the amount of violence in this movie.
Both
I
of them,
didn't
but
know there was a sequel.
especially at the end of Hollow Man. I'm gonna get to it. I got all those little questionnaire bits for these two movies. T.
Now,
Virus,
granted,
I don't know about Hollow Man 2. I don't talk about it. Shout out to Tamika Neal. You already said Hollow Man. I got you. Okay. That's true. Josh Brolin, he the character that plays Matthew, the one that Linda is pretty much having a relationship with on the side, but you don't want people to know because of the whole relationship she used to have with Sebastian. But that is true, T Virus. I'm gonna give you that. His acting was kind of like better than all three of them in The Invisible Man. But yeah. Okay, T Virus. Coming through with the technicalities.
Man,
I don't
so I do okay. For some reason, I was like trying to create a side plot to Hollow Man when I was watching it, and I was like, could they actually bring him back, or did he not want to come back? Because I feel like he could easily do something to make it so he not coming back. Because I felt like he was I feel like he was in between enjoying it and like I want to stay this way versus it. But then at the same time, it was kind of driving him insane. But like, I'm like, was he acting or did he
okay.
want to stay that way?
I was thinking you saying can he come back from the end? I'm like, no. But you saying
Oh
as
no,
far as
not come
when he
back.
was trying to get
Like bring
transferred
his
back into
skin back.
no,
Yes.
he didn't definitely want to come back. Nah, he wanted to stay like that. And I think he was purposely not helping old buddy kind of find the formula
Yes.
to get him back because he could
Okay,
have that. Yeah,
I was about to say, am I creating this
I know.
side plot or with other people catching this?
Nah, T Virus. I think if he
I
would have
feel
tried
like,
to sit down and help them, they would have got it a lot faster.
yeah, exactly. I
But
don't think he
sorry.
wanted to help them. I feel like he could have helped them, but he didn't want to because he
Nah.
wanted to stay.
Shout out to everybody coming through. I feel what y'all saying as far as Hollow Man. A lot of people are pretty much vouching for Hollow Man as far as side characters, but I like these characters a little bit more as far as the Invisible Man, as far as James and Sydney. I think it's the father and daughter dynamic, and it's the relationship that they have with Cecilia. Because when she come across like this money that Adrian ended up leaving her, she started setting up old girl for school. Everybody like happy as hell. But then as soon as she seemed like she tripping, it's like, I appreciate that money, but man, you gotta get up out of here, bro. Tripping.
I mean, as a father should protect his daughter. That's what I was not mad at him. And not even the whole white and black situation. It's just the fact that as a father, his job is to protect his daughter.
Yeah.
If she acting crazy, I'm gonna need you to leave.
We're gonna talk about that, T-Virus. Speaking of what you're talking about, going into my next thing, smarter villain between Sebastian and between Adrian, as far as from an Invisible Man and Sebastian from Hollow Man, who was the smarter villain?
Bruh, they was both like genius level, and the planning and the just the maliciousness, and like I said,
even
Hollow
outside
Man,
of that, just them coming up with the technology that they was coming up with to invent the stuff that they was doing.
But Hollow Man, he definitely was a megalomaniac, because like they were literally coming up with, well, this was his invention, his project, but he was willing to sell it to military, to the military. So like, to me, that's already maniacal. But like, was Adrian gonna sell his to the military too? Because I feel like that's the technology I want.
I don't even know if he was necessarily working on it for the military. This might have been his own little experiment as far as
I feel like this was a passion project, and he was insane.
I feel what you're saying, T-Virus. I remember a scene in there though where Linda is specifically telling Sebastian, if you get off your ass and help him, then we'll come up with a solution a lot faster. I feel you, T-Virus.
Man, but the way he was setting up Cecile though, like just the whole, like
to me, they had a chance to go into a little bit more detail with Sebastian, and as far as how he think and what he do, as far as the shit they was coming up with, the scientist shit. As far as Adrian though, they didn't go into too many details outside of his brother and Cecilia pretty much explaining how smart he was. Like pretty much he brilliant.
Man, the way he was setting her up, like not even the whole like the thing with it, like just like
planning ahead, basically. Like nigga, I knew you was on birth control, so I took that shit away. It was the whole thing, like I know you so much and I know you so well, but it was the fact that he was so controlling that he had put her in that position because he was controlling every move she was making. That's why he knew her so well. As far as Adrian.
I mean, but the way he was setting her up, like everything, like making her look bad.
Oh yeah, after he was turning invisible.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It really is though. It really is. It's just a movie about DV, but on a sci-fi scale, basically.
You want to know what?
Versus like Hollow Man is just completely sci-fi. It's like this man.
I agree.
Oh man.
And I feel like Sebastian was smarter too, as far as a villain. I'm gonna give him this edge for the one reason is the way he manipulated everybody going into the end. On the other end, as far as Adrian, Cecilia actually outsmarted him. And it's even before you get directly to the end, and it's the scene with her in the hospital where she pretty much tried to fake out like she's gonna kill herself. And I think it was more so the baby too. When he found out she was having that baby and he didn't want to lose that baby, but it was still the fact that he wanted to have that control over her too. So he all lost that whole edge or whatever of him kind of having that control, him being invisible when she tried to kill herself. And to me, that kind of take away his smartness because nigga, now you ain't even got none of that going on with her manipulating you into.
He started acting irrational and emotional. Yeah. Versus like, I mean, what's Hollow Man's name? Because I'm gonna stop calling him Hollow Man.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, I mean, he got emotional at some points too, but he was always like a step ahead of them. Like with the whole camera shit, just
that too, yep. And even with the whole thing with him turning invisible, and I don't condone what he did because both of these niggas are somewhat sexual predators.
Oh no, Sebastian definitely is. Because you know what? Like I hadn't seen this since I was young, and the fact like that girl, his neighbor, He straight up. We all know what he did.
Yeah.
He didn't. He took. Wow.
And that's what I'm saying as far as the fact that he came back, washed himself off, even though he invisible, got himself back together. He kind of lost it a little bit too, though, because it was like, nigga, why you gonna leave your mask around, letting them know that you took your stuff off? Because you know they're gonna come looking for you. But even with Adrian, that's what I'm saying. He kind of had that whole patience. He was just sitting back, looking, listening, studying. But then he kind of lost it. So yeah, I'm going with Sebastian as far as smarter villain. Hollow Man. What are you going with, Nadia?
I'm going with Sebastian. No, but what he did to her was wrong. AF. Talking about I scared you. No, you did more than that. I don't care. Like my imagination, he went all the way. He didn't just scare
Of course,
her.
yeah. And they never did show the aftermath of that woman left. So I don't know if he actually just killed her or just left. Like, imagine the trauma going through and not. Never mind. I ain't see. Imagine. I don't see nothing. Yeah. All right. Going into our next one. Who had the best technology? Sebastian with the syringe and the blue juice, or your boy Adrian in the magic suit?
I'm gonna go with Adrian in the magic suit because
See, I think it may. Well, I don't know. I don't even think it mattered at that point, T-Bar. He did more to scare her, brother.
he did more than scare her. No.
I ain't see that part. I ain't see it. Maybe it's a deleted scene. I ain't seen that part. All I've seen is him going in there tackling her ass, and that's it. But Hollow Man versus the Invisible Man. Who had the better technology between Adrian and Sebastian?
I'm gonna go with Adrian because at least with Adrian he could take his shit off.
That's true. Hey, that's true.
I wouldn't want to go through what I would not want to go through what Sebastian went through to get the way he is.
Damn, man, I hate to throw it in here, but do we have to mention the time period?
What do you mean?
Being that, I don't know if we, 2000s, Hollow Man, 2020, as far as Invisible Man, maybe he had the resources to do that, and maybe not sure if he would have had those same resources in the 2000s as far as Adrian.
Well,
but
yeah,
they are working on two different things, though.
Yeah, because his is a series of cameras that create an invisible effect versus like he literally turned his matter invisible. Like, I mean, to me, that's what makes him smarter. But at the same time, I think it's smarter to be able to take off their suit and still be a person. I mean, not like he's not a person, but like, bruh, you are invisible all the time versus Adrian can go to the grocery store and get something to eat, I mean, yeah. I guess he could too, but like at that point, you still.
And I don't even know if you can come back, but that's the whole thing. Do you want to come back?
Shit, wow. Like I said, megalomaniac.
I'm definitely agreeing with you, Adrian. He definitely had the better technology. T-Virus, man. I wouldn't do none of this shit neither one of these Negroes did if I turned invisible. But I'm definitely not going to be no saint. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
I'm trying to figure out how to clear my debts and and come up with some money.
That's it. That's the first thing.
That's it.
I'm going to get that cash. Hey, shout out to people who got insurance. Banks are definitely hold insurance. Y'all are going to be good. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a whole different type of set it off.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I got to go with Adrian as far as who had the best technology. Being able to take a suit on and off is way better than shooting yourself with a syringe. So yeah. All right, crazy or villain? Of course, Sebastian, Adrian. When they got down to them turning invisible, who got crazier? And that suit was hard too. I ain't even gonna front. I like this.
Yeah, it was.
This nigga right here though, and that's another thing, being just straight naked all the time. That's pretty much what Sebastian was on. He was like, "Shit, ain't no point putting on clothes."
I would not be bothered. I would not be bothered by that. Man, I don't be wanting to wear clothes now. Just no, I don't want to live in the nudist colony. No, I ain't say I want to see other people naked.
I don't know. Do him getting wet affect anything as far as the suit? It might.
They had a whole rain scene. It just.
But I thought he had got hit first though. I don't know if it would have affected him if she wouldn't have stabbed him first, because I think that started happening after she had stabbed him.
Wouldn't it make him somewhat visible anyway? Because you would be able to see the outline of him, like in Invisible, like in Hollow Man. He got wet too.
But Invisible Man, I didn't remember them necessarily showing him in the rain affecting him. Outside of the suit kind of going in and out.
What?
They really,
well, damn, maybe it wouldn't. Shit.
And that's another reason his technology was better.
I didn't even think about that because he did get damaged.
Yeah. Because she stabbed the shit out of. That's when she kind of outsmarted him when she was like, I got your ass now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good scene too. When I watched that for the first time, I was like, finally get this nigga. Damn, he getting on my nerves.
Yes.
And I put your sister in front of you. He out here goddamn get everybody doubting you. Finally.
Yes.
Shout out T-Virus.
Damn 2-hour movie.
Yeah, he did a lot. T-Virus, I feel what you're saying, but Sebastian was kind of on that thing too with Linda. The whole thing with her sleeping with whoever she was sleeping with, and he didn't know it was Matt. And then when he found out, that's when he really started like, oh, okay, bitch. Oh, okay. That's what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You sleeping with the coworker. Oh, you okay? Yeah, we can't do that, T-Virus. He was kind of losing it too over Linda. Both of these niggas was kind of on some sipping shit. They was sipping.
Yeah, because I am.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Kevin Bacon can't mess up. He just invisible. Outside of, when his ass get electrocuted.
Apparently that helps bring back tissue.
He got multiple suits though. You see, old girl walked out. She had a whole nother suit. His brother had a suit. My man got a line of suits, man. And more than likely, that's another thing I like too about the ending. I feel like they was kind of teasing. Maybe we can do a sequel here and there, but we're going to talk about it. Yes, that's his colleagues. They wasn't his friends, man. That was his colleagues, bro. That was his workers. I think he mentioned that too. Like, nigga, y'all work for me. This ain't no goddamn petting zoo. This is my experience. Crazy villain though.
Sebastian.
I might have to go with Sebastian. He was on some demon time shit because it wasn't just the fact that he wanted to stay invisible. He wanted to make sure nobody found out. Y'all gonna stay down here and die.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm gonna kill a general.
Yeah.
It's no telling what this man would have been able to do if he would have been able to go through with that plan. Which I would have wanted to see that.
I mean, we saw what he was out here doing already.
Nah, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, T-Virus. Once again, both of these people didn't have control over their emotions. Outside of Sebastian, when he just came up with that calculated plan, the only thing that really messed him up was he timed that shit too alone. He should have timed that shit for a minute and a half and got on up out of there. I ain't agreeing with his plan. I'm just saying, if it was me, I'm just hey, I ain't even gonna have that suit on. I'm already invisible. I ain't wearing nothing. I'm walking out of here without y'all seeing me. I got you, T. But we're going Sebastian, man, as far as crazy a villain. All right, craziest kills. It's a lot of moments in Hollow Man, especially at the end. But we got some real slick ones when it comes to the Invisible Man. In particular, the sisters, they're probably the one. They having a full-blown conversation, and that shit came out of nowhere. And as fast as he handed her that knife, I was like, what? Okay. But I gotta say, when it comes to Hollow Man, it's this one scene in particular where he holding old buddy by the neck and he throw him down and his neck hit the side of some shit and it was
Yes,
damn.
that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Good, y'all. Okay,
I did.
okay.
It's the amount of blood that came at the end of this movie. What up, Biggie?
What's
But
going
yeah,
on, Big
I was like, bruh.
Facts, can't take T-Virus. Yeah, she did. And that's what, like I said, though, that's when he kind of was like, oh, okay, since you don't want me, that's it then. All y'all can go. This is where another reason I got to give Hollow Man credit for special effects, especially towards his end. Like, they went in. Even to this, I feel like this still kind of can live up. Outside of, the transformation, these effects was good.
He killed a dog with his bare hands. He drowned a man in the pool. Like,
Yeah, we got to ask him on. They said that I think the medicine was supposed to be affecting him too.
Yeah, they say he was already crazy though. That shit. I don't think he was already crazy.
Any nigga that's saying call me God,
crazy person turned invisible.
Who y'all?
Sebastian, crazy.
I like that hospital scene.
Like
Shout out to the way they shot that hospital scene, the camera angles and everything. Because, bro, I was looking like them. Like, where is this nigga at? Like, what? Even with the suit going in and out, that hospital scene was off the chain. At the same time, that whole ending scene with Hollow Man was like, he took everybody out. You talking about calculated plans? The way he had old buddy Linda and Matthew freezing them out. This is where, well, I'm gonna get to it though. I ain't gonna get to that yet, but yeah. I gotta go with Invisible Man. I gotta go with Invisible
Man. Hollow Man.
What kill got you in Hollow Man?
Man, just the amount of kills, but yes, the one dude where he was basically choking him from above. Yes.
That looked like it hurt. The way he threw him in that situation.
Exactly.
But I guess it was the style and the way he did it. And I think we were so indulged in the conversation these two were having because as an audience, we know she's telling the truth. We're like, please just listen to her. This girl is like, she's really telling you the truth. And out of nowhere, he sliced the hell out of her throat and passed her the knife. I got the reaction of the restaurant. They better than me, though, because I was going to try to grab her ass and take the knife. I'm like, oh, no. I got to finish this rib. I paid for this. But, yeah, man.
It did look like it was a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, A1 sauce. What? I got to go with the Invisible Man, though, as far as craziest kills. And y'all going to let me know in the comments which one you feel like had the craziest kills as far as Hollow Man and Invisible Man. Oh, man, T-Virus.
No. No.
That was a good one, though. Well, not a good one, but it was crazy. He did. Like I said, calculated. He took his time with that. And he knew that they already had told on him. He came back trying to be all cool about it. Like, hey, all right, y'all go ahead and do what y'all do. I told you, T-Virus, I would have went ahead and turned invisible. I wouldn't even had on nothing. Damn, T-Virus. All right, going into my next one. Smarter character in the life or death situations. Smarter character in life or death situations. This is where we go back to my girl Linda and Cecilia. Or ain't her name Cecilia? Damn, I hope I'm saying her name right. I know they was calling her C a lot too in this. I think I might have to go with your girl Linda because it's the whole when they lock her up in the freezer. And it's like, how do you even get out of that? Like, it's how you even get out of that? And they made it like it was made sense. It was like, it wasn't a situation where it was like, I don't believe that. Man, nah, I don't believe that. Shout out to Scary Movie too.
Right.
But yeah. I definitely thought about Scary Movie 2 when I seen this scene. But yeah,
Cecilia.
when it came to Cecilia, she had a plan and it worked, but she wasn't necessarily in a situation where she could die. She was locked in a hospital, but
Yes.
still.
They could have found a way to make it look like she took her own life.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
But
that
it,
was even a setup because he wouldn't want her to die.
exactly no, because he wanted control over her and the child. So I mean, I
But
guess
she made some
once
smart.
she figured that out, that's when she could make smarter decisions.
Yes.
Because like
Yep.
when you feel like you fighting for your life, there's different versions. Like she was like, he ain't gonna kill me. So boom. But nah,
Yeah. See.
Linda made a whole magnet.
Yes, bro. That's why I'm like,
I
wait a
was
minute. How
like,
much
what is
time do
she
you got?
doing? I was like, what is she doing? She
She had
smart.
time to make a
Just what
magnet,
they
open the door, and make a fire, and go find this nigga
yeah.
with a flamethrower. Hey, that was a good scene too. He thought he was good, bro. She made sure them doors stayed open in that elevator. She was lighting his ass up. I don't think he wanted to go back to being invisible either after that, because I'm pretty sure he had some skin damage. But yes, man.
Oh yeah.
I think I gotta go with Linda when it comes to smarter characters in life or death situations, because she was pretty much in a very drastic life or death situation.
Oh
It
yeah.
seemed
She had
impossible
5
to get out of
minutes.
that.
She had 5 minutes. It was locked in the freezer that was making her tears freeze.
Man, T-Rock. Hey, and she made sure she came through and saved her kids from them damn piranhas too. Shout out to Linda. Yeah, she was smarter. I feel like she was smarter. Not to take nothing from Cecilia and her plan, even at that very end, she was like, man, fuck all this. Y'all don't want to listen no more. I done told you. You even seen this nigga turn invisible, and y'all still doubting me. You still sitting up here looking at me like I'm retarded. So, all right, I got you. I'm going to handle this. But we're going to go with Linda when it comes to smarter characters in life or death situations. All right, which plot made more sense? When we talking about movies about invisible people, it's like, come on now, how you gonna make me believe this?
She would beat up.
We didn't know he was Thanos
Yeah,
at the
Linda
time,
was
though.
a fighter. He
got his ass ate up by a goddamn bug, though. You ain't seen Mimic. But yeah, which plot made more sense? Shout out to Nadia. She might have some malfunctions going on right now. But let me see. You good?
yeah.
Yeah, you went out for a minute. You already
Yeah, it's over here cutting up for some reason.
This almost goes back to the conversation of the technology, kind of, because injecting yourself with something and actually making it through, I don't know. But putting on a suit and them coming up with the technology to make a suit like that, I mean, yeah. I mean, for all we know, they do got a suit like that. As far as the government, we already talked about UFOs and everything out here that's been around for a minute. So, as far as just making more sense, I feel like it would be the Invisible Man. Injecting yourself with something, I mean, you could damn die. I don't know. It's a lot of shit that could happen outside of turning invisible.
Did he make the suit? Because why? What was his point of making the suit though? Was it to ultimately control her, or was this like a passion project, or we just never found out why he made the suit?
I mean, if you wanted me to be honest, and as crazy as this nigga was, I think it was for her at first. I think this was for her. Like he seemed, yeah. At this point right now, I think it was for her. Y'all can let me know if it was explained why he was making the suit. But as far as I know, they were just saying that they know he was very smart. He was always working on something and doing stuff, and that's more so coming from her when she was explaining it to his brother. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. T-Virus, the Invisible Man more realistic, especially in 2020. You got everything going on here. We got flying cars about to come out and everything. So an invisible suit. I mean, hey,
They are not.
I don't know, T. I don't know, man. Niggas might be walking around right now. We can't see them. Definitely. When it comes to Hollow Man, it's way
Yeah.
more science involved.
Um. Yeah, but they also they made it make sense though. We wouldn't like
Yeah,
question
they
it. We
now
was
they
like,
did.
okay, he injected himself with some shit and he slowly. Okay,
And shout out
okay.
to the performance of Kevin
Anatomy
Bacon and making
lesson.
it seem like that shit really hurt. But that transformation, like nigga, this look like my skin is peeling off me. He made it seem like that. It really, he was feeling it. He made me seem like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to turn
Where
invisible.
they
That's
had
like
to
it hurt.
react to the invisible gorilla, right? They had to all react to an invisible gorilla.
And we all know that gorilla wasn't real. That was a nigga in a suit. Let's go ahead and make sure we clear him. That was
Oh
somebody in a
God!
suit.
Oh God!
Good God
Oh
Almighty.
God! It was the person in the
Shout
suit.
out to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for that good old CGI. Boy, y'all doing good with that because we do not need to see these in suits no more, especially gorillas.
Oh
Anybody ever seen Congo?
gosh.
Man, they did T-Virus, and that's what I'm saying about Hollow Man. And both of the movies, though, as far as making a movie about invisible people, they was able to break it down to make you believe that, damn, maybe somebody can turn invisible, okay? Especially when you're involved in
Yeah.
the government.
Yeah, that was one thing. Hollow Man made sure that they involved is government wanting technology, the military wanting the technology. I was saying, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much. You gotta weaponize everything.
T-Virus, that's hard to compare. That's Kevin Bacon, man. I don't even know old buddy. I ain't gonna front as far as Adrian who played. I don't know that dude. We talk about Kevin Bacon. Damn, it's Tremors. Come on, man. Yeah, probably gonna go with Invisible Man though, as far as the plot that made more sense. All
Yeah,
right,
I agree.
which movie had a better ending? Got you, T-Virus, got you. When it comes to Hollow Man, you know Sebastian's plan and everything that went down with it. I really enjoy that ending. At the same time, Invisible Man though, it was kind of the whole manipulation because I was kind of like, wait the hell a minute now. Wait a minute, is this nigga alive? Is he alive? Now this was the first viewing, but even after that moment, probably I would say 5 minutes later, I was like, Sebastian alive, he alive, he good. Not Sebastian, but Adrian. Even when they found him in that whole little cave thing, and they set this up good. Once again, we talking about the way Sebastian set up his whole calculated plan or whatever. This nigga Adrian was on another level. He locked himself up in the basement, had the whole facial hair thing going on, making it seem like he been down there for a long time. Like calculated plan. I mean, hey, and even with the way Cecilia kind of set up her own plan after she had found that suit, I didn't see that coming. I didn't know what she was gonna do. Yeah, he got a lot of roles that I hate. T-Virus. I'm telling you, he can play a villain good. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. Kevin Bacon can play a villain. It's sad.
I mean, a lot of people died.
And T-Virus, you need to go on over there with
but
Enzo, man. Y'all in this Marvels. I'm like,
but I
how
do
long
feel
man
like he
sad?
did definitely deserve. He
Unless you didn't want to see
deserved it.
Sebastian fall in the fire. Oh,
I didn't want to see Sebastian. I didn't want to see Sebastian come back looking like that.
see, blending in with the elevator.
Ah,
Yeah, that CGI was
bruh,
it was,
oh
but it's
my
2000.
god.
It's 2000
It
now.
was
Yep.
2000. It was the year 2000.
But yeah, man, who y'all feel like had the better ending, especially with the whole plan Cecilia pretty much conquered up to take out Adrian, knowing that if she left him alive or if he still was alive, that he was never going to let her go. and the fact that she had a child coming into this world, she didn't want to put the child through that situation either. I mean, Hollow Man. I think I got to go with Invisible Man. I liked all the little mystery behind that ending. The fact that we had the whole thing with the brother being in the suit and kind of figure out, was Adrian behind this or was he really locked up? But after hearing, my whole thing was thinking about what Cecilia had explained that what he had did to her. Then I was like, no, ain't no way, bro. He got to be behind this plan. Ain't no way. And that's another thing that made Invisible Man way deeper too, because when she was talking about the fact that among other things outside of him beating on her, that shit was like, oh shit. He was basically forcing himself on her. Because that's when she went into the whole thing with her taking the birth control and everything.
Yeah. I
I feel what you're
mean,
saying,
Sebastian
T-Bird.
wasn't too far behind him.
No, he wasn't. He was taking randoms. He wasn't even taking
I
his
mean,
woman. He was
he
taking randoms.
exactly assaulting his coworker.
It was
Like,
T-Bird. It was.
bruh.
The deal, I forgot about it. I ain't forget, but it was like, now that you mention it, and I should have mentioned it when we were talking about crazy or villain or whatever, but yes, Sebastian, assault. He was on a different level, man. I might have to take that back. I mean, Adrian doing what he doing, but he was mainly doing with his wife or woman. Give or take, he still shouldn't have did it if she wasn't giving him the consent to do
He
it.
wrong.
But Sebastian didn't give a fuck. Like, if you in here sleeping, I'm touching the titty.
Exactly.
Damn. And I don't even think he was just touching.
He
It was like,
assaulted
yo,
his
man.
coworker.
Because I rewatched the movie. I was like, nigga, is you suck? I know this nigga. Man. Yeah, Kevin Bacon, you a different type
And
of.
then, like, the thing with him and Linda, was that a dream that Linda had, or did that actually happen?
Oh, Nadia, now that you mention it, he was sexually assaulting her too. The nigga was putting his hand up her dress and shit.
Oh,
Like, man, come your ass over here. See what you kissing on her neck. And she wasn't. You know what? She kind of was giving
he
off some
was trying
vibes.
to
Like,
get
I
her
mean,
to
I
do
mean,
stuff. Talk about this. Just because you been with somebody does not give you consent to do those things with them again.
you right. But Linda, she was kind of playing like I'm hard. I don't know. It was like she was teasing a little bit sometimes. Just a little bit. When she come out there on the balcony, it's like, even with the whole thing when she's sitting in there and he
That
invisible and he giving her the shoulder rub. I don't know.
that's assault.
It is.
T-Virus, that's assault. That's the R word
It
that
is.
YouTube
It
doesn't
is.
like us to say.
I like that type of stuff, T-Virus, when they do that kind of like, you got to figure it out. Did it or did it not happen? He had to let that go. Bro
R
came in there and got that damn
A
Twinkie, and he was like, oh,
T
this is it right here.
E.
It was assaulting Twinkies too, as far as Sebastian. But all right, which ending did you feel like was better? I'm going with the Invisible Man.
Um, I
I was thinking about
don't
it
know
because
because
that
it's
Hollow Man
hard
ending
because it's
good.
like I feel yeah, Hollow Man just went so action packed. It was like we got
The nigga
5 minutes
turned into
to
a
get out of
slasher.
here, but it's like it's so 2000s
It is.
action thriller. It's so cheesy, but it's so good.
Then scary movie too,
But
especially
then
when they
like
get on the
it,
glasses. I don't even need my thermal goggles.
stop, stop.
Oh, boy.
Oh
Burn that on the
God.
bikes. Give me your hand. But y'all can let me know in the comments which movie y'all feel like had a better ending. Like I said, I'm saying Invisible Man.
You man, Invisible Man got me with the twist though.
What was he gonna do? Whisper T Virus? You want that invisible business? Man. It would been off asking Linda instead of the neighbor.
Exactly.
Linda might have been with it since she
He
had
did ask Linda. Now he did ask Linda. He asked Linda. He said, "Do you want to have sex with the invisible man?" And she was like, "Nah."
She getting that purple. Thanos. But all right, which one would you gonna go with?
Stop.
Go Hollow Man, go ahead.
I gotta go with cheesy ass Hollow Man. Man, shit is cheesy.
Hey, the way she slid on that floor to open them elevator doors alone was a good scene right there.
Yes.
No, and
it's just so much. It's so much good action, even though the CGI is terrible, and I'd be going in on the CGI. But like,
shout out to this nigga miraculously healing.
But they
set that fire beside him.
No, because she duct taped them, she stopped the pressure, put pressure on the. She put pressure on it, putting pressure on it with the duct tape, made him stop bleeding, right? And then she thawed him out. Stop it! They tried to make it make sense.
No, nigga, you got to at least be feeling like hurting. He came out of nowhere, boom, leave her the fuck alone. Like Superman or some shit. He wasn't like I was hurting. He wasn't holding no wound. Nah, he was.
Hey, that's his woman. You heard him. You heard him. He ready to marry her. He said something to tell the grandkids.
Look at Invisible Man though. He didn't get stabbed. He was getting punched in the damn face and he couldn't move. He was knocking the hell out of her damn dick. I'm sorry, y'all. That was a funny scene for me because it's like, that's what your ass get. You should have believed him. Now you get your big muscle ass whoop. Try to make him all buff and shit. He couldn't do a damn thing. Shout out to Hawkman. That's what I'm saying, T Virus. That nigga was stabbed in freezing. He shouldn't have revived that quick, bro. I'm sorry. It was.
He was cold. That's what helped him though too, because being that air slowing that cold air slowing down his heart rate helped him so he didn't bleed out. Stop it! I'm trying to tell you, they thought about this shit a little bit.
I'm gonna give you credit. Last but not least,
they thought about this shit a little bit because I will poke some logic into shit. I will, and they was blocking my logic. I was like, okay, I see you.
It did. It's something about old girl, man. What is Linda? She had both of them niggas like, bro. Old buddy was like, man, I want to make this known. I'm tired of hiding this shit. And you had goddamn Sebastian, man, to take it. He was on some Snoop Dogg shit for Baby Boy. Damn. You gonna give me a son. But yeah, an invisible son.
Hey, I wonder if that, wait. I wonder if he would have a kid. Like, how would that affect?
If he had a kid, why he invisible?
Yeah, how would that affect the fetus? Like, would it have some invisible properties? We create.
But you want to watch that? Him smashing invisible. I'm curious. And I mean the consent way. I don't want to see him smashing like taking it. No, I want to see him doing it in the consent way. AT, right?
I don't know. You got me thinking about species.
Well, Pornhub start something like that. You know you got to get premium. But yeah, man. Yeah. There could be a sequel. Invisible Sea.
If it's going like. I feel like, but if it's going into a woman that's not invisible, would the sun still be invisible? Would it have invisible qualities? Would it just have see-through skin? Would it be translucent?
This is where we start making a plot not make sense. And this is us, not them. That's what they like. See, that's no.
All right, got a question.
Are you serious, T Virus? I might have to send you. Have to send me that offline. Now, What's going
Oh
on,
my
Tony?
god.
Well, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Which movie did we like better? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gotta be Hollow Man for me. I like the Invisible Man, but as far as repeat value, I done watched Hollow Man a bunch of times. When I recently seen that it was on Tubi, I was like, oh yeah, let me check this out again. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Hollow Man. And I pretty much explained throughout what we've been talking about or whatever, but more so it's the characters in Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon leading the pack.
Invisible Man is 2 hours long. And it's a slow burn. But after you already know what happens, that slow burn turns into a I'm finna turn this off. No, Hollow Man has better repeat value.
Yeah. Because in that first viewing, we already root for her. So that second time, it's like, all right. You kind of getting on my nerves too. I don't know if I believe, and I done seen it. So, hey, T-Virus, I might do a review on Species, man. I ain't even gonna front, bro. We might be out of here, T. We might have been out of here, especially back then. We might have been out. Goddamn, that alien might have got me. Shout out T-Virus. He said he like Hollow Man better. Have you seen Species in you?
Yes, that was also one of those movies we watched as a family.
Oh,
I'm trying to tell you. I
okay.
don't. My
Hell
family
no.
see
That's
it.
bro. When that shit come on Cinemax or something, that's that what I turn down.
Right.
Species.
Scalp.
Oh. I wouldn't watch the ending though. I ain't gonna front. That shit used to scare me. When she turned full alien, I was like, I'm good. I'm turning it off. I'm good now. She started. She was almost on that Hollow Man shit when she started taking everybody out of the.
Was she just walking around talking about she wanted a baby? Like I want a
They,
baby. Like what? And they was so just stupid. Just I like y'all so stupid.
gotta give her a little credit though,
See
because
this
when
is
you able to read people who got viruses, that shit different. She was like, oh, I was gonna let you, but no, you got something. And he was gonna take it. All right. She was a good Me Too movement at the time too. Like, oh, you really want it? All right. Okay. Okay, Tony. The D&E put Tony up on game. He said he's trying to get his joints twisted. He been getting yours done. I might be cutting
I
mine too.
do it myself.
Yeah, that's a good one. Shout out Forrest Whitaker. That's a good cast too, as far as Species go. If
What?
you're talking about alien films, that one. Please don't give us a Species version of a black female then, bro. Especially a thick one. Like, oh no, we do not. We good. No. 2023 Species. All right.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
T-Virus, you out here, brother. She got you. You are gone. Yeah, Tony, we're gonna probably try to do some more. I've been thinking about doing the Hills That Advise versus Wrong Turn. Might do that one, but supposed to be trying to do the other one too, as far as Lethal Weapon versus Rush Hour. So we're gonna see.
Bro, we gotta get on that. Lethal Weapon versus what? What was we supposed to do?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yes.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Both great movies.
I do got a question for y'all before we leave. What would you do if you could turn invisible? I know we said we'd go get money.
I didn't told you. I'm trying to clear debt and get money. Clear debt, get money.
Nah, T-Virus, we can't do that. There's a lot going on between Rush Hour and Lethal Weapon. I know Lethal Weapon got more of somewhat of a serious tone outside of Rush Hour, but
I mean, you could say the same thing about these two movies because Hollow Man, even though it takes itself serious, it still had that early 2000s cheese. You know?
Because Invisible Man definitely got more of a serious tone than Hollow Man.
Oh yeah, that shit cheers
Yes.
the whole way through. the whole way through.
All right, that's pretty much all we have for y'all tonight. Once again, shout out to everybody who came through. Let me see. Sunday, I don't got nothing planned for Friday and Saturday right now. I'm gonna let y'all know because I got a kind of busy weekend. But Sunday, we got the Saw retro review starting, and we starting with the first one, 2004. So y'all come through. Let me know if y'all gonna check us out. The deal, you good? You're gonna be able to check that out.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, all of them on Pluto too. All the Saw movies. I don't know if you got the Pluto app, but yeah. You ain't got to go into detail, T-Virus. I got you.
Beat humans up. What? It
It depends
sounds
on the
like you
humans you're
got a
talking
hit
about.
list.
I ain't gonna necessarily hit them. I might smack a couple people, but I got what you're saying.
I ain't got that type of time. Like I said, I'm trying to
Oh, I
clean
got
up
all the time.
and
If I'm
get
invisible, I
money.
got all the time in the world.
No,
I'm going to spy my
I
kids
ain't got
at
that.
school and make sure they're not being bullied. Make sure the teacher's getting them right. I ain't playing because if you bullying, oh, we're gonna have fun, man. You
Oh
gonna go
yeah.
home telling your mom and dad,
Oh, I'm gonna be like dude that like dude was like how he would be whispering in people's ear. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make somebody think they crazy.
absolutely.
I, I
That's
I
one
heard
thing
your
for
voice today. What? Me? My voice? No.
T-Virus
What you
all the
talking
time if I'm
about?
invisible. All right, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell. Let you know when I upload new videos. Shout out to my co-hosts for coming through, joining me. Other than that, we out.